thought I was gonna get a total rain out and have to finally run on the treadmill. I ain't ran on the treadmill in so long. That's what I was gonna have to do if it had kept on raining. But it stopped. It's out. It's good. We timing everything. We got everything ready to rock and roll. We got everything ready to rock and roll. 5 miles in the book. We ready to rock. $50 minutes. So we gotta, by the end of the week, we're doing better than 50 minutes. That's what we doing. 10-minute miles, 5 miles, right at 50 minutes. Actually 50 minutes and a few seconds. But you know, we gotta round it off to the nearest 10th. I'm a mathematician guy, you know, I like math. So I'm stopping it at 50. So I went over 50 minutes. I think it was like 50 minutes and 8 seconds, something like that. So by the end of the week, by Friday, we got to beat 50 minutes. That's it. So we stepping it up and we walking it out. So this is the walk down. So let's rock. Let's rock. Seems like China ain't backing down, right, guys? If y'all ain't heard, China ain't backing down. So we're gonna keep it going. It's gonna keep on going. We're just back and forth. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But that don't change nothing on the grounds, guys. Don't change nothing. You go out and do what you're supposed to do. Do what's right. You'll be all right. That's all it takes. Right at this point, can't even worry about what's going on. You gotta get out here and live your life. Do what's right, and you'll be all right. That's all you gotta do, guys. Just do what's right, and you'll be all right. Borges, my doctor told me I'm going deaf. The worst thing is I haven't heard back from him. Well, you need to reach out to him then. Borges, you gotta reach out to him. A lot of times those doctors they super busy, man. You know, a lot of patients and less help. So they really don't have that much help, so it's a big load. So what you gotta do is you can't wait on them to hear from you. You gotta reach out to them. That's what you gotta do. Sorry to hear about you going deaf, man. I pray that God helps you out in the best way possible. That's what I hope. And that's what I pray. So yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta reach out to them. You gotta call in and let them know, hey guys, I haven't heard from y'all. You know, some cases you might have to make another appointment. I know you got my charts. Go into my charts and send them an email. Then I lost my left arm, but the doc assumed I'll be all right. Oh, okay. You gotta reach out to them. That's all you gotta do. If you lost your left arm, it's a sad situation. Again, I pray to God look out for you, right? Keep your head up. But if the doctors ain't reaching out to you, you gotta reach out to them. You gotta go into my charts, send them an email, call. And if that fails, you probably have to just make an appointment and go in there. They got a lot of work these days, man. Those doctors are overworked. Those doctors are overworked, and a lot of them are underpaid, those doctors and nurses. And then some things, people don't want to work, bro. That's what I don't really understand. Want to bring the manufacturing jobs back to America. But the thing is, people gonna have to go and want to go to work. That's the flip side. You can bring all the jobs back over here, all you want, but the thing is, will people actually get the training that they need and go to work? That's the thing, bro. You know, a lot of people say, there's a lot of studies saying that a lot of people ain't working. And I think the reason is, well, I think it's two reasons, maybe three, but I know one reason. A lot of people got PPP loans, guys, and a lot of people invested that PPP loan money and all them stimulus checks. A lot of people got PPP loans, guys, and so what they did was they invested that money and they started a business. That's what I think what happened. That's number one. And number two, people got PPP money and just living off the money. Cause see, guys, if you invested that PPP money in 2020, when they was giving it out, and when they was giving it out like nothing, when they was giving out that PPP money, if you would have invested in Bitcoin, you know, and things like that, you wouldn't have to work right now. So I think that's what's going on too. A lot of people capitalized off that PPP money during the pandemic. A lot, guys. And they just sitting on it and stacking money and acting broke. That's why I think that the numbers are high as far as people not wanting to work. There's a lot of jobs out there, right? So we got to keep that in mind. Then there's a small percentage that just don't want to work. That's what I think. And the people that got that PP loan money, they did something right with it. You know, so that's why I think, because they calculate how much money you got in the bank account by the banks and stuff like that. So I would imagine most of the people that got the PPP loans, they ain't got no money just sitting in no bank account, guys. That's another thing too. A lot of people got educated during the pandemic, actually went to school and learned something. And what they learned is most rich people, they don't have their money sitting in no bank account, guys. They don't. Most rich people got their money, matter of fact, all rich people got their money in investments, whether it be houses, different type of investments to equal up to their net worth. That's how it works, guys. Rich people that have money in the bank account like for emergencies or whatever the case may be. So that's why I think 40% of Americans don't have $1,000 in the bank. I think it's because most Americans get caught on to the game. Invest. Only have money in the bank account for emergencies. Because guess what, guys? Your money just sitting in the bank account, it don't draw no interest. All it does is sit there. And they take your money and they make money off of it. How do they make money off of it, Stock Sniper? They make money off of it by loaning it out. That's how. That's how they make money off your money. So you got to be careful. I mean, there's some bank accounts like those small community banks. They have interest if you put the money inside the bank account, but it fluctuates, right? It goes up and it goes down, and they can change it at any time. You know what I'm saying? So that's another good option too, right? If you got an emergency fund, put it in one of those bank accounts where you can get some type of interest, right? Some of them pay 3%, 4%, 5% interest on your money if you hold it in a savings account. So be mindful of that, guys. Those smaller online banks, a lot of them are paying small interest if you deposit with them. Only that's but like you gotta check that out though. So that's what it is, guys. I'm on the walk down. I did what I needed to do. Yeah. We got a lot of we got a lot of rain today. So it was kind of cool on this run, but we got it done. It is 10 minutes on the walk down. Got a little ways to go. But it's kind of muddy out here. I don't want to get my shoes too muddy. So I might not walk that much farther. As long as I get like a mile in, I'm good for the walk down. At this point, I just do the walk down just basically to go live, and it makes the time go by faster. So that's what I do at this point. That's what I do at this point. So what's up, guys? How y'all doing out there? I'm your host, the Stock Sniper. This is the 37th episode of the walk down. Once I get to 50 episodes, Cash App giveaways inside the live. It is a secret. So the only way you know about it if you are inside the lives. So if you know, you know. You know. So on the 50th episode, the end of season 1, Cash App giveaways. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and coming in and chilling with me on this walk down. Yeah, I do. But what I really think, I don't pretty much think, I know that YouTube are playing with the numbers, guys. All you, the YouTubers, the people that's out there, I think especially if you monetize, they're playing with the numbers. Because every time I go live, it's like it's 1 or 2 people in the live, but then when I end the live and it shows me, it don't add up to what I be seeing come in. So that lets me know YouTube ain't showing the full numbers. And I've been in some other guys' lives, and I hear them say there's 30, 40 people in there, but then when I'm looking, it looks like it's 1 or 2. So heads up to all YouTubers, all content creators. They are playing with the numbers. They're not showing you your real numbers, guys. They're not. For whatever reason, I don't know, but they are playing with the numbers. So in other words, don't pay attention to the numbers. Pay attention on making the content. Pay attention to pushing out the message. Pay attention to being you. And that's all you got to worry about. And it's gonna all work out. It'll all work out, bro. As long as you're doing the right thing, doing what's right, trying to help others while helping yourself, and keep going every single day. All you got to get is 7 out of 10, bro. Just like in class in school, you get a 70, you pass. You get a below 70, you fail. That's just like that. As long as you don't have to be perfect, guys. You just got to pass. You just got to pass. You got to get a 70 or above. That's 7 out of 10, right? 7 out of the 12 months, you only got to get about 8 of the months right. And guess what? You'll be ahead. You don't have to be right all 12 months. Just 8, 9, maybe 7.5. You know? You ain't got to be perfect. Life ain't perfect, bro. Just long as every single day you get up and try and you do what you're supposed to do. And you understand it's long term. It's not right now. We get so hooked up on instant gratification. We want it right now. We got to get that out of our minds, bro. We got to get that out of our minds. We got to think long term. We can't think short term. Short term is only temporary, guys. A temporary fix. That's all short term is. Long term, it lasts long term. Lasts forever. So we got to keep that in mind, guys. You got to take your time. Every single day, you got to stick to the plan and work it to the best of your ability. Long term, not short term, right? Because guess what, bro? 6 months, a year, that's not long. It's real fast. So you can't concentrate. The best advice that I can give somebody is you got to make it a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Whatever positive stuff you got going on, whatever you got going on, you have to make it a lifestyle. You got to make it a part of your life. Then you won't think about it. If you make something a part of your life, then you won't think about it. Oh, it's been 6 months in. It's been 93 months in. It's been 2 months in. It's been 30 days, y'all. No, you don't look at it like that. You got to make it a part of your life. Just like tying your shoes. Just like brushing your teeth every morning. You don't think about, well, I brushed my teeth for 6 months straight. No, you don't think about that. You just get up and do it. Right? That's how you got to look at life, guys. Listen to the OG. You got to look at life like that to make it goes by even better. I don't sit here and think about, well, I've been running for 6 months now. No. I go into it with the mindset that, guess what? It's a part of my life. I got to do this every day. Just like I put on my shoes and tie my shoes, and just like I brush my teeth, I got to do it every single day. It's a part of life. Just like you got to eat, right? Just like you got to drink water, and you know what I'm saying? You got to make this a part of your life every single day. And you got to look at it like that. And guess what I know, guys? You got to put it in your subconscious mind. You got to put it in your subconscious mind and just keep rocking and rolling. And then guess what? It just becomes a part of your life. And you got to think like that. But then at the same time, you're going to have days where you don't want to do it because we human. That's that negative thinking, that stinking thinking that comes in. And guess what? When that happens, you got to automatically do it and do more. Right? Whenever I get that negative stinking thinking, guess what I do, guys? I punish myself for it. I got to do more running. I got to do more exercise. Why? Because that negative thought came in my mind. That negative thought, oh, I don't want to do it today. I don't feel like it. No. You got to get up and go right now. And I get up and go. And I do what I got to do. That's how it goes, guys. That's how you train your mind. You got to empty out the negativity. You know what I'm saying? You got to get rid of the viruses. Because yes, the mind is like a computer. Just like a computer can get a virus, the mind can get a virus too. You don't want no virus, bro, in your mind. It's forever to get rid of a virus when it enters inside of your mind and inside of your spirit and inside of your soul. Listen to the OG. Yeah, I'm on this walk down. This is the 38th episode of the walk down, right? We on episode 38. I'm 17 minutes in. But guess what, guys? Once we reach 50, we're doing Cash App giveaways. That's right. We're doing Cash App giveaways. I still need to load up those other 2 episodes. That's why I skipped 36 and 37, because I got 2 episodes that I got to upload, right? That's what I got to do. Well, they already uploaded, but I'm thinking about just changing the title in the live or just redoing it. You know what I'm saying? And redoing it and putting it up as a premiere. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Just re-upload it and put it on as a premiere. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Because that was a really good live, guys. Because rain, sleet, or snow, or heat, you gotta put the work in. And those 2 lives that I didn't upload, I was running in the snow. I was getting it in the snow. Rain, sleet, snow, or heat. We gotta put the work in. Because look, guys, I was saying, bro, you running 112 degree heat. And you trying to tell me you can't run in the snow? Shh. Yeah, I had to take care of business and running up in that snow. I had to do it. And actually what I found out is running in the snow and running in the cool is actually more satisfying than running in that 112 degree heat. Yeah, it is. But yeah, we getting ready for a marathon, guys. Yeah, we stepping it up. We getting ready for a marathon. Today, I stepped it up, and I feel really, 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 really good. Yeah, I feel good. I slept real good last night. I got a good night's sleep, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Yeah, so I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. Everybody that come through, everybody that didn't come through, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to inspire y'all. Get out, man. But you got to make it a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say, well, I want to lose weight. Well, I want to start eating right. Well, I want to get in shape. No, you got to say, I got to change my lifestyle. You got to change your lifestyle. That's all you got to say. And you got to put it in your mind and in your subconscious mind. See all this mud, bro? That's what I can't, I don't want to get my shoes muddy and then my car be all muddied up. But yeah, you got to make it a lifestyle, guys. One of my biggest tips to somebody that's trying to get in shape. You can't look at it like you want to get in shape or you want to lose weight. You got to look at it like you need to change your lifestyle. That's how you got to look at it, bro. You got to look at it like you're trying to change your lifestyle, and it'll be a whole lot easier. And just make it a part of your lifestyle, just like tying up your shoes, taking a shower, or combing your hair, or brushing your teeth. You make it a lifestyle. Then it becomes a part of it becomes a part of you. That's one of the biggest advice I can give to somebody that's trying to work out. Don't be looking in the mirror, oh, I lost 5 pounds today, or I lost 2 inches off my waist. No, long as you're putting the work in, which is putting the work in is not just doing the exercises. Putting the work in is actually what you eat. You can't come out here, bro, and run all these miles and then go drink a soda water, right? You can't run all these miles and exercise and do all this working out and then go eat a Jack in the Box. You can't do that, bro. You can't. But you gotta, most important thing, you got to change the way you eat. You gotta change what you're drinking. You got to drink plenty water. Whether it's water or coconut water, something like that. You can't be drinking no soda waters, bro. Because once you don't see the gains that you want to see, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna quit. You're gonna quit. So you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it like I'm changing my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm changing my lifestyle. All right, y'all, I'm not making this is a long haul. I plan on doing this for the rest of my life. That's how you gotta program it to your mind. And then once you say that in your mind every single day, it goes into your subconscious mind. And then guess what happens, guys? It becomes a part of who you are, right? I see so many times people say they want to lose weight, they want to build muscle, they want to do this, they want to, all that. But what the thing is, they ain't making it a lifestyle. They're making it temporary. And if they don't see the gains or the losses, whenever they feel like they want to see the gains or the losses, then they do what? They quit. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing is, guys, once you make it a lifestyle and say, well, you know what? I'm gonna be doing this every single day. Then guess what? You can maneuver, right? Because it's already in your subconscious mind. Even if you fall off a couple of days or a week or a month and a half like I did, you ain't tripping. Why? Because you know that it's a lifestyle, it's a part of my life, right? And then it's easier to get back on board. And then it's easier when you don't see those gains as quick as you want to. You ain't tripping as much because you know you're gonna be doing it for the rest of your life. Then you start trying to figure out, what am I doing wrong? How can I tweak it a little bit to make it better where I will start seeing results? But I guarantee you this, guys, if you eat what you're supposed to eat and you drink what you're supposed to drink and you put the work in and you be patient and you get up and you pray and you do the things that you're supposed to do, even if you are not 100%, you're gonna see some gains, bro. You're gonna see some kind of gains and losses. You know what I'm saying? Something, whatever your goals are. But the main goal is that you gotta know I'm doing this for the rest of my life for my health. It gotta become a lifestyle. That's what it gotta become, guys. That's what you gotta think about. Let's see, we're 25 minutes in. I think I'm at about a mile now. Yeah, I think I'm over a mile. I think I'm over a mile. So I ain't gonna go all the way around. I think I'm about to get ready to end it. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. This is the 38th episode of the Walk Down. We got 12 more to go. Then we're gonna do the Cash App giveaway for the people in the chat. We got 12 more episodes to go, and for the ending of season 1, then we're gonna be ready to rock and roll. Yeah, then we're gonna be ready to rock and roll. So with that being said, guys, well, my Rockets lost last night. I think the Lakers come back on tonight. Boy, that was a good game last night, wasn't it, guys? the Rockets against Golden State, man, I was really, really surprised. Well, I shouldn't have been, but I really was, bro. I thought the Rockets was going to take care of business. But that Steph Curry, man, that Steph Curry is no joke. But they going to have to stop Steph Curry, man. They're going to stop Steph Curry to be able to make this happen. I don't know what they're going to do to stop Steph Curry. Because, boy, once he get to going, it's all she wrote. That's a bad boy, man. Then he can do it all. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was telling somebody. Steph Curry just don't know how to shoot no threes. He know how to do it all. He can put the ball on the ground, drive to the basket. He can do it all. Play defense. Yeah, he can do it all, man. That boy, that is a beast. Shout out to Steph Curry, man. Yes, shout out to Steph Curry. See, that's what happened, guys. You could tell he loved what he do. He loved the game of basketball. That's why, guys, you got to love what you do. And guess what? You got to be the first one in the gym, and you got to be the last one to leave. So one thing about Steph Curry, he puts the work in, and he loved putting the work in. Now tonight, we're gonna see what LeBron James gonna do, right? He was really, really quiet on their first game. Tonight, we're gonna see what them Lakers gonna do. That's what we're going to see tonight. Because y'all know my dream matchup was the Rockets versus the Lakers. But it looks like, the way it's looking right now, that both of them might get eliminated with it, which I did not expect that. I expected, I knew it was a possibility that the Rockets could probably be eliminated. But the Lakers, both of them, I ain't seeing that coming. I wasn't preparing for that. I was preparing for the Rockets and the Lakers playing against each other. That's what I was preparing for. So with that being said, guys, I think I'm ending right here. This 30-minute live. I usually go a little bit longer than this, but it's so muddy out here, bro. I don't want to walk in too many more areas. You know, I don't want, my shoes already kind of muddy. I'm walking on a sidewalk right now to try to get that taken care of. But it's all good, because guess what? We're gonna put the work in. If it rain, if it's snow, y'all already seen me put the work in when it was snowing. When it's snow, we're going to put the work in. When it's sleet, we're going to put the work in. And of course, y'all know I put the work in the heat. I'm in Houston. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, guys, I love and I appreciate y'all. But you got to remember, 50 episodes, we're doing the Cash App giveaways for a celebration of the ending of season 1. Then we're gonna roll right into season 2, and we're gonna rock real hard. So y'all be waiting and prepared for that. I'm your host, the one and only Stock Sniper. 704 Wall Street is my block. Yeah, it is. 704 Wall Street is my block. 704 Wall Street is my block. Earn, spend less. Make sure you're making proper investments. But for sure, you got to be doing step 2 and 3. We all make an earn. You got to spend less, bro. Okay? Don't be spending all that money on that nonsense that really don't matter. Make an earn. We gonna do that. Spend less. A lot of us don't do that, right? That's why they say 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 70%. We got to get that number down, guys. If you inside of that 70%, work on getting out of that 70% or 65%, whatever it is. Work on getting out of living paycheck to paycheck, bro. That is not the way to roll right now, especially with everything that's going on. If you living paycheck to paycheck, bro, you're going to be the one that really suffer. Because we in the beginning of a 2 or 3 year cycle, guys. I'm saying it right here, right now. We are in the beginning of a 2 or 3 year cycle, right? And you got to think about that. That has to be in the front of your mind. Everything that's going on right now, guys, if you living paycheck to paycheck, you're going to be out of there. If everything keep going the way it's going, and you living paycheck to paycheck, and you ain't trying to create other income, you ain't spending less, right? They not giving you no raise on your job. Guess what's going to happen? When they start going up on the rents, when they start going up, really going up on this food and rent, I don't want you to get caught up, bro. A female, girl or boy, whoever, man or woman, I don't want you to get caught up. So you got to start right now. Well, Stock Sniper, I just got my check, and man, I'm broke. Man, you gotta pay yourself first, bro. That's what we gotta work on. You gotta pay yourself first. That puts you in the mindset of paying yourself first. When I mean pay yourself first, that means as soon as you get your check, you gotta pay yourself first. You got to set up your emergency fund. You got to set up your investments or whatever how the case may be. Paying yourself first, meaning that's money you're going to put to the side that you ain't going to spend, to make a long story short. That's what pay yourself first mean. Once you pay yourself first, then you pay your bills. I got to pay myself first, bro. You know how much money you make. You know how much your bills are. Automatically in your mind, you should know how much you spend every month. Once you figure that number out, automatically, what you don't spend, what don't go on bills, you automatically put that in some kind of checking account or savings or whatever, under your mat, whatever the case may be. But you got to get in the habit of paying yourself first and building an emergency fund first. I'm paying myself first before I pay any goddamn body. And that's how we got to rock with it, bro. Once you get that, then you can switch it around. But in the beginning, when you live in paycheck to paycheck, you got to go over how much you spending. And if it's stuff you really don't need, you got to cut it off. You got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? It's so many times that we got things that we really don't need. There's so many times we're paying for stuff that we really don't use, right? You could probably go and look and say, well, man, I really don't use Amazon that much. Sorry, Amazon. I love y'all. I'm sorry, Amazon. And you might have to cut off Amazon off. I don't use Amazon that much. I don't know why I got it. It might be Netflix. I really don't watch Netflix that much, but I'm still getting billed. Cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Until you get where you need to be, then you can get the stuff back. Create another income. Last live I did, I showed y'all specifically how to create a delivery business out of thin air. You create some extra income, but you gotta pay yourself first. You like taxes. Man, before you get your paycheck, they take their money out before you even get it, right? So you gotta have that same type of mindset. You know what I'm saying? When you get taxed when they take money out of your paycheck, they take that money before you even get it. You got to pay Uncle Sam, you know what I'm saying? You got to pay the government before you even see your check. So why not use that same analogy? I'm gonna pay myself first before I pay a bill or anything else. But at the same time, you gotta automatically know common sense what your bills are. But you gotta get into the mindset of paying yourself before anybody get paid. That's how they do you on your taxes. Before, they ain't worrying about what bills you gotta pay. They're not worrying about if you live in paycheck to paycheck when they want their tax money. When the government want to get paid, when the government want to get paid, they get their money before you even get it. So why not you don't have the same mindset and get your money before anybody else even get it? That's one of the blueprints right there. I'm gonna pay. Uncle Sam gonna get their money first. I'm gonna get my money second. Everybody else gonna get their money after that. And guess what? Whatever my number is that I'm keeping for myself, if it ain't enough left, guess what? We got to downsize, bro. We got to cut some shit off. We got to downsize. Something got to go back. Something got to give. You know what I'm saying? Like the example I gave this morning. If you're making $4,000 a month, your bill shouldn't be, the money you spend every single month shouldn't be no more than $1,500. And you're supposed to already know that. You should already know I spend $1,500 a month. That's bills, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you're making $4,000 a month, you shouldn't be spending no more than $1,500. If you make $4,000 a month and you spending $3,000 a month and you're only making $4,000, that mean you living like the Joneses. You only make $4,000 a month and you spend $3,000 a month. That mean you living like the Joneses. That mean that you need to downsize. You need to do one or two things. You need to downsize, or you need to create some money on the side. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to create no money on the side, I don't see why you wouldn't. But if you don't want to create some type of income or business on the side, then guess what? You got to eliminate some of those bills. If you're making $4,000 a month and your rent is $1,500, that's you paying too much. You spending too much. That's your problem right there. So if you're making $4,000 a month and you ain't planning on making no more income, your bills and how much money you spend every single month shouldn't be no more than $1,500. It can't be no more than $1,500, bro. Because if it's any more than $1,500, guess what, guys? You're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck. Wouldn't give it. If I'm making $4,000 a month, I'm not spending no more than $1,500 on nothing. That means that whatever I want to do for the whole, that means that cigarettes, whatever I like to do, that means leisure bills is all expenses in 1 month. If your leisure bill is high, you know what I'm saying? That means that $1,500 out of the $4,000, that's everything you like to do in 1 month. Then you got okay, then you can start an emergency fund. Then you can open up a brokerage account and start investing in some of these companies that we know, like, and trust. So that's why I say, if I'm making $4,000 a month, I already know that I already know that I spend $1,500, right? So automatically I already know. Once I get my check for $4,000, guess what's gonna happen? 2,500 of it, 1,250 is going into an emergency fund. The other 1,250 is going inside of a brokerage account. Then, okay, I got this left over. Then I know, okay, that $1,500, that's for my bills and what I like to do. I like to go to Jack in the Box. So if that's what it is, well, I personally don't like to go to Jack in the Box, but I'm just using that as an example. But everything I like to do and my bills got to be within that. Well, if you say, well, stock sniper, that's not enough. That means that you need to make more money. You need to, if you're only making $4,000 a month and your bills are what you spend every single month exceeds $1,500, that means you need to make more money, or you need to find some places that's affordable, or go live with somebody where you ain't spending no more than $1,500 a month. That's the only thing. That's the only way you're gonna come up out of this. Otherwise, you're gonna still be in that 65-70% of Americans that are living paycheck to paycheck. That's not my analogy. That's life. So whatever you make, 4,000, 1,500, you can't spend no more than 1,500 on bills and whatever you like to do. You just can't, guys. You can't. It's mathematically impossible. If you do, guess what? You're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck. So you gotta think of, see, sometimes we gotta use a little bit of common sense. A little bit of common sense will take you a long way. You know, so we gotta think about these things. Because in 2025, guys, right now, man, you gotta come up out of that, bro. That's what I had to do. I had to really get on my P's and Q's. And guess what? And sometimes you might have to do some things that you really don't want to do. You might have to sell your house and downsize. You might have to do these type of things. That's what's wrong with us now. Too many people want to live like the Joneses, bro. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody ask me, who is the Joneses? Well, the Joneses are people that live beyond their means, right? They got 3 car notes, they got a house note, right? You could be making $100,000 a year and still live like the Joneses. You could be a millionaire and still live paycheck to paycheck. Yes, there are millionaires that live paycheck to paycheck, guys, because they spend too much money. They want to live like the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? You make $100,000 a year. So that means you make $10,000 a month. So that means that if you're making $10,000 a month, that means, and your house note is $5,000, and you got 3 car notes. All those car notes are $750 a piece. That your money that you make every single month is just about gone, guys. Once you add up all the phone bills, everybody got a phone, everybody got internet, all these things. You add up all this stuff, then you live in paycheck to paycheck, and you make $100,000 a year. If you make $100,000 a year, you make $10,000 a month. Your bills and everything that you spend that whole month shouldn't be no more than $3,000. I mean, how do you expect to build anything and you spending it all? If you make $100,000 a year, that means that all your bills every month can't be no more than $3,000. The same analogy as I made if you make $4,000 a month. It just don't make mathematical sense, guys. It just don't make mathematical sense to make $10,000 a month and you got a $5,000 a month house note and you got 3 car notes. And then you got 3 kids too. You know what I'm saying? And all of them got their own cell phone. So the cell phone bill with the family plan is probably, depending on what service you got, it's probably $150 to $200 a month just on phones. I mean, it just, man, I'm going walking back in this water. It just don't make any sense, guys. It just don't. It don't make any sense. So if you want to get out of the road of living paycheck to paycheck, you got to stop spending money. You got to stop living like the Joneses. That's what the Joneses do. When they say living like the Joneses, they spend all their money and then they live off credit cards, or they make it to the next paycheck. That's what the Joneses do. They worry about what they look like on the outside instead of what they really look like in the inside. You know, the Joneses, those type of people, oh, you got the nice house, you got the nice car, but at the same time, nobody knows that they got to use their credit cards to pay catch up. That's another thing, guys. If you got those credit cards, bro, and you using those credit cards to make groceries, you using those credit cards to catch up on your car note, and man, you got to pay that shit off, and you got to cut them up. See the goal, bro? See, it's a mind thing. If you have the mind, the mind to spend less money, have the mind to spend less, then guess what? You won't be in that 67 or 70% of Americans that's living paycheck to paycheck. See, like I say all the time, see, the system of America, listen to the OG, the system of America, that's how the system is designed. The system of America is designed to keep you broke. It's designed to keep you paycheck to paycheck. The system of America is designed to keep you paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, it is. I don't care what they tell you, bro. America is the land of milk and honey, but at the same time, the system is made for you and I to live paycheck to paycheck. The system of America, let me tell you why. The system of America is not made for everybody to own their own business. It's not set up like that, bro. The system of America is set up that where you and I work a W-2 and they get to take our money out for taxes before we even get it. But see, when you own your own business, they can't take the money out before you get it. You dictate on what taxes you pay and what taxes you don't pay. You get all kind of benefits when you're a business owner. And the American system is not set up for everybody to own a company or everybody to own a business. The system of America is not set up for everybody to be an independent contractor. That's how they control our mind. The school system, right? The school system is not set up for us to be business owners. It's not, guys. It's not set up that way, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. The system of America is set up, the whole school system and everything is set up for us to be W-2 workers for the rest of our life. The American dream, own your own home, work for 40, 50 years, retire at 63. You know what I'm saying? That's the American dream. The American dream ain't to start your own small business, pay as less taxes as possible. That is not the American dream, bro. The American dream is to keep us living paycheck to paycheck. I don't care what nobody say. Listen to the OG. The American system is set up to keep you living paycheck to paycheck. That's how it's set up. Why do you think, if you don't think the system of America is set up for you to live paycheck to paycheck, why do you think they take taxes out of your money before you even get it? But if you own a business or independent contractor, you pay the taxes when you want to pay the taxes. As long as you do it at the proper time. And you get write-offs, you get tax breaks, you get all kind of tax breaks if you are an independent contractor, no matter how big or small it is. No matter how big or how small it is. Okay, guess what, guys? Why they don't in school, in regular high school, why they don't educate you about tax laws? Why they don't educate us about tax laws in school? Why is tax laws a secret? Why is the stock market a secret? That you can make money on the stock market if it goes up or if it goes down. Why was that such a secret? Somebody answer that. Why was that so much a secret? Why do they take taxes out of our checks before we even touch our money? That's why it's so important that you pay yourself first. That's why it's so important. That's why I come up with that analogy. Hey, I'm paying myself first. The IRS take money first. They don't give a damn about how much bills you got to pay or how many kids you got, the IRS. They don't care about that. They don't care that you say, well, I got to pay my bills first. The IRS don't give a damn about that. They gonna take their money before you even get it. So why not pay yourself first? Step 1, you pay the IRS. Step 2, you pay yourself first. Step 3, then you pay your bills. That's the mentality you gotta have. That's how you get out of financial debt. That's how you get out of financial turmoil. That's how you build something for you and your family. That's how you do it, guys. So with that being said, I done said enough. I love and I appreciate y'all. I hope you get something out of this here, right? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing. Can you make 2025 and beyond your best year? Don't think about the past, bro. Do not think about the past. All you can think about is the future. But you must learn from the past. You learn from the past and you think about the future. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.